Hello, Year 5. Happy Friday. Good morning and or afternoon to you. We are looking today at just one of the most incredibly amazing festivals in basically all religions, but especially in Hinduism. We're going to look at Holi, H-O-L-I, a festival that takes place all around the world. It is a festival with lots of colour and different interesting traditions. It kind of links into what we were looking at last lesson, which is Diwali, probably the best known Hindu festival, the Festival of Light, with fireworks and bonfires and all sorts of things that were going on. But Holi is a little bit different. Some different traditions, takes place over 2 days. So let's jump in, have a look. We'll go through it a little bit, we'll watch a video, and then we'll fill in our book. I mean, already I can tell that is a pretty cool looking festival, right? As well as Diwali, we are also going to look at the Festival of Holi. Holi is a festival all about rule breaking, super fun. It is also a celebration of colour, as we will see. So what you're looking at here is part of the Festival of Holi, to do with the rule breaking, to do with a bit of a release, a bit of a celebration. And as we'll learn in a minute, this is people who cover themselves with coloured powder, of all sorts of different colours. I mean, what colours can you see here? Purple, magenta, sort of a blue, red, green, yellow. This guy here is literally throwing red into the paint, into the picture at the time. And they have water pistols as well to make sure that the water and the paint stick to them. It's an incredible, colourful sight. So imagine a whole city doing that at once. Holi is spread over 2 days. So this is the first day of Holi, and there's a bonfire which is used to purify the air. So symbolic, which means it represents something. Fire represents cleansing or cleaning. It prepares the ground for the festival. Hindus throw in popcorn, coconuts and chickpeas as offerings to the deities. So deities, Hindus believe in one god, one supreme being, but they have lots of different deities. So people like Ganesh and Vishnu, figures that represent different elements of that one god. And so they throw items into this cleansing, purifying fire as offerings to those different deities. And remember that some families have one deity that they consider, that they might have a shrine to in their house that is particularly important to them. So that is who they might be making that offering for. The second day of Holi is all about a celebration of colour and of breaking the rules. Hindus throw coloured perfume powder at each other called gulal, and use water balloons and water pistols to make it stick. It's an incredible sight to see and to take part in. I mean, just look at this picture. It's like one of those Where's Wally books, isn't it? But there's so much going on. You've got people with pink powder and blue powder, people wearing hats, people throwing powder at each other, throwing water at each other. People are dancing and are smiling and having an amazing time. It's really, what a great, I mean, whoever came up with this idea hundreds of years ago, it's a great idea for a festival, you can't deny it. But that's all about breaking the rules and bending the rules. And as we'll see when we watch the video, it's linked into stories in the Hindu tradition. So that's what we'll do. In your booklets, on your page that says lesson 5, you've got your pictures, you've got your description that I've just read. But the task for today is, as you watch the video, so as you watch, you might want to pause the video as we go through. You need to fill in this table explaining what each part of the Holi celebration represents. So what does the bonfire represent? And I'm looking for full sentences here, or at least, the bonfire ... The bonfire represents, and then what does it represent? Offerings are put into the bonfire, another full sentence filling up that box, and the coloured paint represents, what does that represent? Okay, let's watch this video. I'm going to disappear from the screen and I'll be back at the end.
Hi guys, it's Holi today and we are really excited. We just don't look it because we've just woken up.
Holi marks the start of spring and celebrates new life. It's a fun time for families and the whole community comes together.
Holi is the most exciting festival in the Hindu calendar because you get to throw paint at people.
Whilst the festival is lots of fun, there is an important religious message at the heart of it. During Holi, we celebrate good overcoming evil and remember the story of Prince Prahlad. Prahlada's father, the king, wanted everyone in his kingdom to worship him, but Prahlad refused and worshipped the god Vishnu instead. The king's sister Holika had a fireproof shawl, so she tricked Prahlad into sitting on her lap in a bonfire. She wanted to destroy him, but her shawl flew from her and protected Prahlad instead. Her plan failed. Prahlad came through the fire unharmed and Holika was destroyed by the flames. To remember this story, bonfires are lit during Holi. The bonfires purify the air of anything evil.
Hindus have a very great emphasis on fire because fire is thought to be the image of God that we can see.
Offerings such as popcorn, coconut, and chickpeas are put into the fire. And people give thanks to God for the elements, without which the crops wouldn't grow.
We're offering something that you've already given to us, God, because if you had not created all this on earth, we wouldn't be able to eat it. So we're thanking you by offering our first crop to you.
The coconut, I'm going to give this in so they can put it into the bonfire, and in return I'm going to get a burnt one.
Holi is also known as the Festival of Colour. People throw coloured paints at one another. It's lots of fun. Some people believe this originates with Krishna, who was a very playful boy, and threw coloured water over milkmaids.
It was really fun. We love running around with our friends and we love throwing colours at each other.
The best thing about Holi is that there are no rules. We're allowed to hit anyone, anywhere.
And you actually won't get told off for it.
God has created colour to make the world a beautiful place to live in. And so colours are thrown saying we need to make our lives colourful. We need to forget and forgive any misgivings we've had in the past, and you move forward.
Each colour represents the virtue of the soul. Red is power, orange is purity, green is love. I'm not sure what colour's on my face, but it feels as though there's a lot of it. Throwing paint at Raj, it feels good.
I can get her back.
Okay, so what I like about this is obviously it's a lot of fun, but that meaning behind it is so important as well, and really special and interesting that it's about appreciating the life and the good things that you have in your life. It's about recreating that rule-breaking spirit that some of the deities had. I really like what she was saying about, appreciating the colour in your life. I thought that was great. So make sure that you've now filled out what the bonfire represents, why the offerings are put into the bonfire, and what the coloured paint represents. Next lesson, we're going to write more amazing sort of short essay, just like we did back 2 lessons ago. You guys did a spectacular job at writing about what you knew about Hinduism, and that's what we're going to do next lesson. So I'll see you then. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll speak to you soon. Goodbye.